All right, I think I'm on a roll here. You guys just have no idea how many junk journals I I have. Like seriously, I probably have 40 of them that I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. Anyway, maybe, if I ever get a subscriber, I will give one away or something. Who knows? Anyway, so this one I just finished today and I just love it. It's super orange. A lot of organization in this book, a lot more than usual for me. Maybe I'm headed down that path or something of, making themed books or, journals or something. I don't know. Anyway, so this one is made out of a Reader's Digest, an old Reader's Digest book. And I love them because they're just a perfect size and real sturdy. And they have this really cool, like, pattern on most of them. You can see, like, the the book cover has, oh, they always have these weird patterns on them, and I love those. I've probably picked up maybe 40 of them, like 40 or 50 Reader's Digests, and I've made a lot of journals out of them. So, um, anyway, they're just a really good, cheap source for book covers. And if the spine itself is in good shape, then I'll usually use them and stitch the signatures in. If not, then I just make them into a ring bound journal. And the one thing I don't like about ring bound journals is that they're, it's hard to, you can't put a lot of stuff in them. Although I did get a lot in this one. Anyway, so that's that. So I gessoed the cover on this, and then using a stencil, used some texture paste and or some, yeah, and kind of made this little design on the back here, and then used some Inka Gold paint, and kind of did up the cover there, the orange, and also I think I used like a light gold color. Um, Attached this little book plate, and then put this little quote in there: "Don't forget to fly," and then glossy accents in there, and kind of let that dry overnight. These are upholstery tacks that I just basically clipped off the tack part and glued them in there, and used some kind of mismatched little book corners, things like that. Paper flowers. And then the back is basically the same without the texture. But I love Inka Gold. I'm kind of addicted to it lately. I've been using it on a lot, and I used it on a lot of the tags in this book. So I don't have this listed on Etsy yet, but hopefully I'll get it up after I get another probably 20 or so listed, then I'll get this one on there. Anyway, so let's go. And like I said, this one definitely has more of a theme. It's pinks and oranges, and with a little bit of teal kind of thrown in, kind of a turquoise teal color. So I started using, when you have like burlap and you can pull the threads off of the edges, and I started saving those because I think they're really cool, and I just use that on a lot of the tags in this book. So this these are coffee dyed. Just every single page in this book is coffee dyed, and that's what I did all day yesterday. My house was like probably 100 degrees inside, but yeah, because when I do the coffee dyeing, I do dry the paper in the oven, and I generally will put the oven at about 450, and because I kind of like it when it gets a little crispy around the edges, and I'm like right there, so I'm keeping a good eye on it, and it goes fast. My oven has one rack. I'm renting I've lived here for almost 3 years. I've told my landlord a million times that I need another rack for my oven, but I've given up now. So anyway, one rack, and I stack a bunch. I stack probably 10 pages deep on a tray and let them dry that way, and it seems to work pretty well for me. I just keep a really good eye on it. So anyway, and then the other thing with this book that I did was I also have a coloring book addiction. I don't know. I own close to 200 coloring books, and so I picked up this one. It's what is it? It's the Floribunda coloring book. It's this one, and it's just way too, I don't know, advanced for me maybe, but I love the images in it, and I love the weight of the paper. So I said, you know what? I own this book. I can do whatever I want with it. So I started ripping pages out of it, coffee dyed it, and cut it up into tags. So anyway, so you'll see a lot of these throughout the book, and I just think they're really pretty. And then on the edges of most of the tags and stuff, I use the Inka Gold, and I just use my finger and just real loosely kind of go around and did up the edges. So anyway, all of this paper is coffee dyed, and I just kind of experimented with some little flips and things like that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this lining on, with making the lines with a ruler and a marker throughout the book, so it'll have like lined pages. I think that'll be nice. Anyway, so just some little tags. This one's like a and I'll probably go ahead and line that too. And use some rickrack. Tried to really stick with my color theme in this book. So, oh, and yeah, some music paper. This is I also coffee dyed this sheet music. I don't know where I got this from. I mean, who knows? I think I paid 10 cents for like a whole box of it. But anyway, little tags. And I had all of these Project Life cards that I've accumulated. I've never been into scrapbooking. Completely not a scrapbooker at all. And I feel kind of guilty about it because I do have 5 kids, and I have a lot of pictures, but I think I'm going to leave that to one of my daughters-in-law to tackle at some point in their life. It's just not my cup of tea. But anyway, so I decided to just pull out all of the Project Life cards that I have and coffee dye them. So I did that, and I stuck a bunch of the orange ones in there. These are just little shipping tags that I got at Staples. Bought like a box of them for I think $6.99. I think there was like 200 in there, and those worked out pretty cool. One thing I will say, when you coffee dye any of these like shipping tags like that, this little reinforcement piece will come off, and so I wound up having to glue a bunch of them back on, but like I don't have anything else to do. So anyway, some little tuck spots and paper flowers. And I use I take the reinforcements and I just ink them with vintage photo, and just kind of randomly so that they'll kind of go there. I do try to make sure that my journals are sturdy and they're not going to just fall apart. They'll stand the test of time. So, but if the paper is sturdy enough, then I don't feel like I need to do that. And I just like the edges kind of inked up there with the Inka Gold. I think I used the orange, the pink, and the like champagne color, I guess it is. Anyway, and then this is this orange paper is from the sheet music, and I just cut up the cover. It's a nice heavy cardstock weight paper. I thought it was really pretty, so I used pretty much all of it throughout this book. And some little tags with rickrack. Some more of the coloring book. And I decided I'm just going to use my coloring books in my junk journals. You know, I'm not going to color them. I mean, I do color, but I color when I'm at work. I work in a call center, so I do actually do a lot of coloring. But anyway, so. But I love coloring books. And I think it'll be cool to put the lines on a lot of this paper. So, smart out. This is a pocket too, and I'm gonna put some more tags in this too. So I fussy cut a whole bunch of butterflies from different places. I don't know where most of them came from, but and then I used embossing powder and did 4 or 5 coats of embossing enamel on these butterflies, so they're real thick and dimensional. So I did a whole bunch of them. I did that one night, like did a couple hundred of them. Just get on a kick sometimes doing stuff like that, and but I like them because I'll use them. So some more little tags. There's another one of those butterflies. A lot of these I actually colored and then did that. I think they did come from a coloring book. Just a little. And you can probably hear my boys downstairs. I have 2 boys that still live with me. I have 5 sons altogether, and 3 of them are grown and gone and doing their thing. Still have 2 at home. They're 16 and 18, so I don't know why they're still up. It's almost 1 in the morning. But this was fun. I like how that one came out. So there's a lot of like double pockets in this book. This one was fun to put together. Lots of pretty colors. More coloring book. I think I'll do some stamping in this book too. Use some rubber stamps and kind of fix it up a little bit, add some more tags. See, there's one there. And then I'll probably put a pocket on the back of this too. So I love that Inca Gold. I just love it. And I usually just do it with my finger. I don't even use a brush, but anyway. So there's that little guy. Pretty fun. And maybe I'll, you know, tie some ribbon and stuff like that on here and some charms or something like that. But I just got this, you know, pretty much finished today. So I thought I would share this one too. It's one of my new favorites. They're all my favorites. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye.